Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I used this setup here in my bedroom, and I really hope you can hear me well because I'm using the microphone. It's a bit echoey here. I'm making a video about all the me-made clothes in my wardrobe right now at this point. There's a small premise that, first of all, things that I didn't manage to do nicely, I didn't include them here because normally I try to either repurpose the fabric or recycle the fabric or like do something about it because I don't like to keep things that are like didn't work out as well. Apart from one piece that you will see here, and maybe I will start with it, but we will see now. Second thing is that there is quite a few of items that I brought to Ukraine, and I keep them there. So I wear them there. There are a few Camis, I think. There's one jacket, maybe something else. But anyways, so it's not like completely everything that I ever made. There are some things that also over there, maybe, I'm not sure, probably you cannot see, but anyways, we will get to there later. I have all the knitwear that I have at this point, and again, I have some things that are at home in Ukraine. Other things I unraveled, because last year I was knitting a lot, but I was also unraveling a lot because I was not happy with the result, and I knew that I'm not going to wear those things. Having said that, we can start, and I will try to reorganize things a little bit as I go, and I will try to give you also all of the names of the patterns. I will try to list them in the description down below as well with the links, apart from one source, and now I will tell you why. I will be starting with these three pieces because they're exactly this case. These patterns are from Fabric Store. Fabric Store is a website, I believe it's supposedly American, and they have lots of free patterns on their website, which is great. I use them, like specifically these two. I think I used one more and it didn't go well. But these two, I kind of used them, I think I sewed them up like twice, both of them. I will not include any links to them, and I will not tell you the names of the patterns. You can find them, definitely, it's not a problem. Why I'm not going to give you the names of the patterns? When the full-scale invasion started, I already had my reservations about this website because I saw the names of the people who are involved and everything, and my biggest concern is that I didn't understand where they're sourcing their fabrics from, and I wanted a clear answer. And I wrote to them, and I never received a clear answer. They were replying to me in a very passive-aggressive way, in kind of like, in very superior way, you know, like very patronizing. And the best answer that they gave me, it was like Eastern Europe. I asked, Eastern Europe is not a country. Which country are we speaking about? They didn't tell me anything. And when I asked these questions, they canceled my account. Like they literally just deleted my account, and I couldn't enter the website anymore with that account. So I'm not going to, definitely after this, I'm not going to ever promote this website, and I will just show you what are the patterns. First of all, it's a blazer. And I wear it, of course, because I made it, and it's something that I want to get my wear out of. This is fabric from that my friend gave me because I learned how to sew. Like, I don't know, like I think that I started really sewing in 2021. When I bought the machine here in Italy. Before that, I was trying for some time in Ukraine, but I was never like super successful. I was just like experimenting, and I'm still experimenting. And for majority of the time, I was using free patterns because I think it's logical and I think it's normal. If you don't have like a huge disposable income, probably if you are trying to get a new skill, it's not like you need to invest into it a lot of money. My investment was that I already bought the machine, and I bought threads, and I had to buy many other things for that. And so I was trying to see with the free patterns whether I will like it or not. It's not the first thing that I made, but anyways, I was using a lot of fabrics that were hand-me-downs, and this you will also definitely going to see here because yeah, I didn't want to invest a lot. I needed to learn how to do that. So first is this green jacket. I really like this color. I think it's my color. It's kind of cooler green, like emerald green. And the other one is this, it's the same pattern. This one is kind of like this cream, not my best color. It's linen from my mom's stash. And this one is this, can you see? Yeah, it's this gingham cotton I bought from Vinted. And also, unfortunately, this year I took my photos in them a few times and I realized that I don't like how they fit me. Then I also have two bags here. Again, I want to move them away in order to have a little bit more space here on on the stand. First one is this bag. I think I spoke about it in some video. I'm not sure. I don't know if I published that one or not. It was self-drafted. Just this bag. I made it from an old skirt that I was not wearing. It has a pocket here in front. It's fully lined. Black and white gingham, and I put some pins here. And the second one is this one. It's Costa Tote. I don't remember the pattern designer. I will leave it in the description. And this one has a number of pockets. It was supposed to have 4 pockets according to the pattern. I made 5 because this one, it was very easy to separate in 3. I use it as a project bag. I use it as a tote. Overall, a very hard-working piece, and this one was made from a dress. I will try to find a photo of me in that dress. It was a huge dress, there was a lot of fabric, and in the end when I decided that it was not fitting my wardrobe and I was not wearing it that much, I repurposed it for many other things, including this one. I made also a needles case for straight needles when I still had straight needles, and overall my friend has it now. And something else, I think I still have some of that fabric. And also in another piece that I will show you today, I also used a piece of that. Next one, it's kind of a weird item to show you like this. This is an apron that is made in this, there's this model of Japanese aprons that I really liked a lot before, and I found a pattern from Tessuti Fabrics. Here it is. And this is the linen that was, at one point, I bought like 2 meters of linen from Etsy, from a Lithuanian brand company seller. And I made a loungewear set from Peppermint magazine. I will show it some of the pattern pieces later. But I made shorts and a top, and there was something wrong with that fabric. So it just split on all the seams. It just started unraveling by itself. I wrote to them and they told me, okay, we're so sorry, it's not supposed to be like that. Probably it was some sort of a problem on the factory, and we will send you the reimbursement in the form of fabric. And it was also mustard. And mustard is not my color. I don't know what I was thinking the first time. And so when they were sending it back to me, I said, can you please send me 1 meter of mustard and 1 meter of something else? So from this 1 meter of mustard, I made this apron. Normally it lives in the kitchen. I recently made it, but I already use it quite a lot. It's very convenient. If you're not familiar with this construction, it's kind of like the one that it crosses here. You just put your hands there, and it's kind of like a school apron if you ever went to school in Soviet Union. I will start with the skirts. First one is this one. It's from Sarah Kirsten. The pattern is from Sarah Kirsten. It's called Rosemary Skirt. I saw it on Instagram. Someone posted, and I fell in love with it because it's a very simple construction. But this pattern is definitely worth it, especially if you have kind of more of a curvier body, no? So you have smaller waist and bigger thighs. I think it will look very nice because it doesn't have any closing or anything apart from 2 ties, and so you just wrap it around you and tie it very nicely, and it gives you shape. I will try to also insert a photo of myself wearing this skirt last year. I have a blue top, and so it's kind of like my Ukrainian outfit, yellow skirt and blue top. And you will see this fabric I also bought from Etsy, from Vinted, from someone, and it was enough to make a skirt and to make a top, and you will see the top later. Then I have this skirt. It was kind of self-drafted, but not really. I had the dress, a very unfortunate purchase from ASOS because it was 100% polyester, and it was just insufferable to wear here in summer. It's very, very hot in Sicily, so it's not doable to me at all. But I liked the skirt because it was kind of this like high-low wrap skirt of the dress, bottom of the dress. So I tried to copy this pattern, and I made this skirt like this. Also high-low, light blue. It's kind of like linen blend, linen and cotton, I think, or just linen. But it's kind of like this. It's kind of like cheesecloth material. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. I bought it from some seller on Amazon. In Italy overall, I might be mistaken. Please correct me. But I saw many other makers. For example, in her skein, she was also speaking about the same thing, that in Italy it's quite difficult to find nice fabric, even though there are many fabrics produced here. and they are very appreciated in the world. So they sell something like Italian this and Italian that, but here in Italy it's very difficult to buy. So sometimes I have to rely on Amazon, sometimes I have to rely on some other people selling it somewhere else. Then it's this skirt. This is wrap skirt by Peppermint magazine, and you will see many patterns from Peppermint magazine because I really love it. It's a magazine, it's a physical magazine in Australia, and they also have like online presence. They have a website and Instagram and everything. And every issue of the magazine, they release a pattern. Before they were all, there was a possibility to download them for free. Lately, there is a minimum, like they don't cost much, but it's kind of like the investment into the development of the magazine. This skirt, it's kind of this like beigey gray fabric. It's linen with something. It's from my mom's stash from way back, and I really love this skirt. It's very, very nice for summer. It's just a wrap skirt, but it's a very nice pattern. So if someone is interested, it's very cool. I kind of made it shorter. I made it knee length because the original pattern is kind of like mid-calf, and it's not something that I really like. So yeah, I shortened it a bit, and I really like it this way. And the last skirt that I have right now is this one. You will tell me that it looks huge, and it is. It's very big on me. I don't know what happened. I measured myself very nicely. I tend to measure myself every time I sit down to make something because bodies change and it's normal. And I measured myself and I graded the pattern because it was telling me that I need to have bigger size in the waist than I have to have in the hips. It's very big on me. This one is from Itch to Stitch. Sorry, I have my laptop over there. Itch to Stitch. It's called Lindy Petal skirt. It's also kind of like a faux wrap skirt that is made from jersey fabric. I don't know. I will see if I will try to fix it somehow. Technically, it doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look super big. I have one skirt that I will not show you today. That one turned out very, very big on me, and I need to figure something out because it's also from Itch to Stitch. It's called Seville skirt, and it's from 4 pieces, and so I need to kind of grade down all 4 pieces in order for it to fit me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but this one is still, it's not all hope is lost here. I can still work with it. And then I have trousers and shorts, and it's all the same pattern. And I think it's a true testament to how versatile some of these patterns can be. So as I said, there is this pattern again from Peppermint magazine that is called loungewear set, and I really don't like the top of that loungewear set, and I tried to make it and it really didn't work out for me, for my body type, but the bottoms I really like. So I made first one, it's trousers. They have this cool pockets. It's kind of like mid-calf length, and I really like this pair of trousers. This is linen that I bought from Amazon. It's not the best quality, but it works. I will wear them out until I can, and then I will not anymore. But it was my first try of this pattern, and I loved it. Then there was the mustard shorts that didn't work out well, but because of the fabric. And then last year I made this pair of trousers. This is also a linen blend from my mom's stash. It's this kind of like periwinkle blue, and even though it looks nice, I don't think I like to wear it. It's something very interesting. I tried to wear them this year again for Me Made May, and I figure out that I don't really love it on me. I don't really love this pair of trousers on me, so I will see what I will do with them. But again, it's a nice result. I need to understand what I'm wearing, what I'm not. Then there is this implementation. It's French terry in this kind of fuchsia color. I bought it again from Amazon, and yeah, it just kind of like, I use them as sweatpants at home. So it's just my lounge, like literally loungewear bottoms. And this is a newer make. This is also fabric from my mom's stash. It's kind of like pajama bottoms. I just wanted to use this fabric. It was not enough for anything else. It was enough just to make a small pair of shorts. So this is what I made literally a few weeks ago. The next part is going to be tops, and especially camis. It's something that I made quite a lot of. And I also kind of love the patterns. So, and I also kind of know which patterns I like. So I use some of them multiple times. Okay, so the first one is going to be this one. It looks a little bit like a mess because I didn't prepare myself well. It's supposed to have these bows on the shoulders. It's again, I think it's the same cotton, it's the same linen that I showed you from that top from fabric store. It was something like, kind of like an old bed sheet that my mom had. In Ukraine, when I was growing up, it's very common to have linen bed sheets. It's like, it was all that we had at home. And this one was completely new. No one used it, but it was kind of, in the sense, it was old, that it was from a long time ago. And I repurposed it. This is called Barcelona top. I don't remember, the pattern designer is Marije, something like that. It's with J. And here it's a little, I will say that here I see a little bit of a problem for me personally, because when I was making it, I saw it on the channel of, I don't remember her name, unfortunately. I will try to insert it in the description. I saw this pattern, and it was the pattern for Camis and the dress. So it can be, yeah, dress of any length. And it was a free pattern. I downloaded it, I started working with it, and the first top that I made was super small on me in the bust. And it only had 3 sizes back then, or 2 sizes, something like very, very small range. And the biggest size was not working for my bust circumference. So I then had to kind of work on that pattern for myself. And I also, I graded it to make it bigger in the bust. And I also added bust darts that it didn't have. And last summer I was checking this pattern online, and this pattern is not free anymore. It's for payment. But now it has bust darts. So I think maybe they tested it and remade it, and I think there's more of a size range. So I don't know, I think maybe it makes sense if you like this type of design. So the bows here, so it kind of like completely opens, and then you just tie it the way you want it. And me personally, I think for body types, nothing helped me understand my body more than making my own clothes. For many years, I had this issue that everything, like every ready-to-wear top that I ever bought, normally they have the straps normally fall down by themselves. And it's very annoying. So I always had to sew them down a little bit on the back. And now I understand why, because this measurement is quite short for me. And I think overall, there is this thing that is, there is this theory of body types, and I think I'm kind of like short-waisted, what is called now. So I have, high-waisted, super high-waisted things don't really look well on me because I have shorter measurement here. And also many of the tops look quite deep on me, like too open, and the straps are too long. If it makes any sense what I just said. But I can make a separate video about that. Maybe I will prepare myself a little bit better. But anyways, I think this thing with tie straps is kind of not bad if it's your situation as well. Then I have another Camis, and I made it in 3 colors. Starting from this one. This pattern is called Crystal Cove Camis from Itch to Stitch. It's for payment pattern, and first one I made in this fuchsia color, and it's kind of one of the most worn Camis that I ever owned. I don't think it's very visible on this fabric. It's this type of back. This is viscose. I bought also from Amazon, but it came from India, from an Indian seller. And it was supposed to be kind of baby pink, powder pink, something like that. It arrived and it was super fuchsia. I tried to make a dress, by the way, with the fabric store pattern, and it also didn't work out. The measurements were all wrong. I wasted quite a lot of fabric, and then in the end I had to use the rest to make this top. But this pattern is very good. It's the only thing is that it's kind of triangular shape, and I think that for myself I need to work a little bit more on the strap length, because otherwise it's too open on me. And then last year I made this top 2 more times in this yellow color. It's the same one, the same fabric as this yellow skirt. They don't really work. They don't really work together as a set, because the fabric is quite stiff, and it's for the Camis. It's not. It doesn't work together. It works more with also kind of like more structured bottoms. And so this fabric is again from Vinted, and this used to be my dress from. You cannot see it. It's Broderie and Glass. It was my dress from where? From Uniqlo. It never worked out for me exactly for this thing because the waist was not in the right place for me, so I could never wear it. I tried to make another top for the dress and use it as a dress. It didn't work out. I tried to use it just as a skirt. It also didn't work out. In the end, I made a top out of that, and I'm happy about that. Then this crazy number. This is my grandma's fabric, and it's also one of the reasons why I cannot wear this top at all, because I just see my grandma. She used to have a dress like this or something, and it's nothing bad, but just it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, you know, it kind of doesn't feel right for me to wear it outside. I wear it mostly at home. But as a pattern, this is Georgia shirt, Georgia top, Georgia t-shirt, Georgia series from Elizabeth Suzanne. From when her patterns became free, I think it was during COVID or like around those times. And I always wanted to make a top. I always wanted to make a Georgia tee. And I was always kind of like not sure about the fabric because I still have some of my mom's stash linen and I wanted to use it wisely. So I have 2 last pieces, I think, from the ones that I brought. And I wanted to try it out, and I wanted to use something a little bit more flowy than that linen. And I made this one last year, and I don't think that this pattern works for me, unfortunately. This one is already adapted to my body a little bit more. I had to kind of make it smaller here, because otherwise it was way too boxy. Like it's not that I have boxy tops and I love them, but this one was comically too big on me. It was kind of like I'm wearing a square. And even in this flowy fabric. So in the end, I made this one. I wear it around the house, and I don't think that I can make myself those patterns, unfortunately, even though I really like them. And I love how they styled for different bodies, and I love the dresses and different length and everything. Just that probably for my body type, it will not work out. At least in the way that I would feel good about myself and I will feel good about wearing them. Then I have another top that I made 3 times. It's going to be, as I said, you will see a lot of that. This is Romy top from Tessuti Fabrics. A Romy top is this type of like kind of 90s style, which I adore. It's one of my favorite type of tops. It's something that I always love to wear. I think it looks good on me. And this was my first try. It's cotton poplin from Amazon. And this one didn't work out super great. Again, it's a question of my body proportions, and I need to play with this pattern a little bit in order for it to work for my body, because it kind of gives me a little bit of a side boob. It's like nothing very particular about like any philosophy or something. Just that I personally don't like to show too much cleavage and to show too much here. I don't feel comfortable like that. I don't feel like I'm presenting myself in the way that I want myself to be. In the way that I want to present myself. So anyways, this one I wear quite a lot, but it fits not in the best way. This one I made 2 years ago, and then last year I made it in white and black, which was my investment in my perfect wardrobe, because it's something that I like. This is the shape that I will always love to wear, I think. It's kind of stayed with me from the 90s. This is a linen from my mom's stash. And this one came out a little bit unstructured because I ran out of, how do you call it? Like fusing, yeah, you understand, no? The thing that you use to make fabric a little bit more stiff, a little bit more structured in these parts. And I didn't have it anymore, so this one came out a little bit flimsy, but I like it. And I think eventually I will remake it in another white linen that will be a little bit more, it will have a little bit more of a body. This one is a little bit too drapey. And this is a black one. And it's that meter of black linen that I received as a reimbursement from Etsy seller. In general, it's something that was perfect addition to my wardrobe, not because I wanted to like experiment with a new pattern, but because it was like literally something that I want to have in my wardrobe forever. And then there's this top that I also made twice. It's called Marigold Camis, Marigold top, something like that, from Mood fabric. I made it twice. This one was the first thing that I ever made on this new machine that I bought here. It's also cotton poplin, also from Amazon, I think. And both of them, it's the same fabric, just they're made in a different way, and I think it's quite visible also on the camera. Because this one is lined up until like around here, And this one is not. This one, on this one, I just used one layer of fabric, and I used bias binding. This is again from Peppermint magazine. It's called Paddington Top in this fuchsia color. I actually made everything like there is a possibility to just cut it on the fold and not do the opening or not to do the buttons. I did everything. It's kind of like fully opening, all the buttons are functioning. This fabric is my old bed sheet that I used when I lived by myself here in Palermo. I bought 2 of them, and one of them was used and one of them was kind of like lying for an extra situation because it was a 2-pack. And it's this one that I never used, so I made the top out of it, because I wanted it kind of to be a toile to see if I like the pattern. And in the end I wear it quite a lot, also in this fabric, because it's 100% cotton. It's not bad quality. I actually kind of think that I would like to make this one also in black and white, maybe also like broderie anglaise, something like that, to make it a little bit more. I will make a video about how I reevaluated my personal style last year, because I was kind of my body changed quite a lot in the past couple of years, and I was kind of not sure what I want to wear, what I like to wear. Do I like anything? Like I was literally at the point when I was like, I don't know what I like to wear and whether I like anything, how it looks on me. I started this process of kind of like re-familiarizing myself with my own style and with what I like. I can make a video about that. I was thinking about that because I think I found a great method to do that. Then again, from Itch to Stitch, this pattern is for payment. Paddington Top is for free. Marigold camisole is free. Romy Top is for payment. This is called Lago Top. I made it 4 times. Here I have 3 of them. One is in the wash. I have it also in white. This one was the first one. It's kind of like a jersey knit type of top, just a tank top. I think it fits me quite nice. The only thing is that I needed to adapt my shoulder length of the shoulder, and I took the size smaller, and I did it also for the next top I'm going to be speaking about. But anyway, so I have it in black and this pink, which is a little bit too pink for me. I like kind of like more muted, like baby pink. This one is a little bit too much for me, but on the other hand, I still wear it. So I was thinking that maybe I will declutter them this year, but in the end, I end up wearing them quite a lot. This jersey was from Amazon again, because again, I don't have access to nice fabrics here, unfortunately. I'm just trying to understand where I can buy something a little bit more interesting. And then this one I made this year. It's this striped knit fabric that I bought from Vinted. Someone was selling like 4 meters. I made this one, I made the next top, and I also have enough to make a dress, and I have so many high hopes for that dress. I hope I will make it soon. I will get to wear it this summer. And then I have this top that is called Wanted Tea. It's by Vanessa Pouzet. It's a French designer. This was the first one that I made. I made this black one, and it's way too open for me. So actually this is the one that I might declutter this year, together with those tops that I showed you in the beginning, because it's too much for me. I don't feel comfortable when I wear it. It's kind of like all too much. Then when I made this pink one, because again I bought the fabric, and it was what it was enough for to make 2 tops, exactly the same ones. I adapted the shoulder length, this part, and the sleeve to a smaller size, and it kind of worked very well. So this pink one I kind of wear more, and this one I made this year. It's also this striped jersey. I also wear it quite a lot this year. Just that it already became too hot for it, unfortunately. The next parts are dresses. There are not going to be too many of them. So the next one is this one. It's called the French dress from Choc and Notch, I think, yeah. First one I made in this beautiful yellow color. It's the only yellow that I kind of wear because it's colder, like lemon shade. And I love it on myself. And I don't like, I think I spoke about this. I don't really like warm colors on myself. I like kind of cooler ones. So this one is linen, again from my mom's stash. And unfortunately, sorry, I have to do it like this. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too short on me, but I still wear it. I kind of would prefer it to be until my knee. but it's a little bit shorter than that. I love this one. I love it so much that this one was such a big success for me. It was such a simple sew, and it was so nicely explained, and it has so many different techniques. It has this type of shaping, it has buttons, it has the different construction for all of this thing, because all of these buttons are also functional. It has this type of sleeves, it has, anyways, it's kind of like, there is some work into this dress, but it's so nicely explained that I really suggest you try this pattern. And I wear it quite a lot in summer, even though it's kind of thicker linen blend. And then this one I made last year. It's my mom's fabric again, and I think it's kind of, you can kind of guess. It's a little bit outside of what I would personally buy, because that yellow one is like 100% what I would buy anyway. This one is something that I wanted to use up. And I do wear this dress. It's nice because it's longer. Yeah, it will not even fit. It's longer. I think it's actually kind of below my knee. And yeah, I wore it last year. I didn't have enough for, you see, I had to improvise with different type of fabric for this placket. But overall, yeah, I do wear it. And I have another dress that is white and blue and white. I think I spoke about it in my favorite thrift finds. So it's kind of like the same, it gives me a little bit of the same vibe. It's a little bit vintagey. This dress is called Atlas dress by Mason, I think it's called, the designer brand. Yeah. It's some mysterious viscose that I also bought from Vinted. I made it sleeveless. On the Instagram of the designer, I think she has the how do you call it, like the story collection that explains how to adapt it for short sleeves, with like for no sleeves, because the pattern has long sleeves and cuff, and I was not feeling that, because for me it's like this type of light dress should not have sleeves, because I will die from heat here. So I adapted it. I made it with no sleeves. It's kind of a fully wrap skirt, wrap dress. It has two ties inside, like two ties on the inside and two ties on the outside. And while I was making it, I tried it as a skirt, and I also loved it. And so I made it last year in like September. And so I decided that I will make also a skirt. This is also viscose and linen from, I believe also from Amazon again. I accidentally mixed the sides that it needs to tie, so it ties on the other side. But it's okay. I had enough fabric to make a skirt and Camis again, and I made the Camis. I tried to use the Ogden top, that one that everyone really likes. I bought the pattern, but the problem was that I wanted it to have bust darts. It didn't kind of work out well, because the pattern, I don't understand what happened. From these measurements on top, it kind of sent me to the bigger side of the pattern, so I had to buy the bigger pattern. And it was huge on me. It ended up being huge. I tried to fix that one. I wasted the fabric, and it didn't work out because it was already cut for another size. And so I only have the skirt, but I love it. I think this is a true testament to how different some patterns look in different fabrics. Peppermint magazine, once again, they have this pattern that is called robe jacket. I made it overall like 3 times, I think. One of them is in Ukraine. I wanted to use up this fabric that I bought when I was living in Thailand, and I kind of wanted to play with the pattern. So this is it. It looks like a bathrobe. It is technically a jacket. I wear it sometimes as a jacket, but you see, I trying to mirror all the patterns in different fabric. This is a brocade that I bought in Chiang Mai when I was living there. Yeah. I added, also hacked it to have pockets, and yeah. So I tried to do the color. I think you can see what I mean. No, the color play a little bit on it. So also on the belt, it's the same situation. And then this one, it's like really a robe. I made it this year. It's my grandma's cotton. And it's somehow, I don't know why, it has this Egyptian print on it. I don't know where she bought it and how and when, but it's like for sure from like 30 years ago at least, probably even more. I just wanted to have a light robe for summer, because again, it's super hot here. So I made just a little bit of a bigger size. I again added pockets. I think that I should have added the like seam in seam pockets, but I added this one, like, this type. Next one, it's also a newer make, and I was really fixated to make it. I was so determined in autumn. I cut out all the fabric and I realized that I didn't have enough lining. So while I was adding lining, it became colder and it was not appropriate anymore, so I didn't wear it and I didn't finish it. And I finished it now, when it's too hot for it anyway. It's called Maritime Pullover. I don't remember the designer now, I will leave it in the description. It has this zipper here, then here it's supposed to have clips, poppers, I don't know how you call it. I still didn't install them. It has a pocket here. And it was supposed to, I kind of hacked it a little bit again. I didn't add the grommets and the string in the bottom. And I kind of didn't figure out how to make the sleeves nicer because I had some issue with the sleeve lining. But overall, I really enjoyed this pattern because it's fully lined. This fabric on the top, it's some sort of wool that my grandma, it was also from my grandma's stash. And I have enough to make a whole jacket, so I'm thinking about the jacket from Peppermint Patterns. It's kind of a unisex pattern. I love it. It's the idea of the jacket that I showed you in the beginning, but I like it a bit more because I think it's more thought through. So I have enough for that one, but I made this one from that fabric. It's kind of this like turquoise, kind of like the sea water color. And the lining, this one is from a fabric that I bought from Vinted. And here in the pocket, it's this blue one from the bag from the old dress. And I really like it. The only thing that I still need to do is to add the clips. And the last one from patterns that I made with the sewing machine is this one. It's called Logan Jacket from, once again, I don't remember the designer. It's this big company that they have very nice designs, but kind of a little bit of a trickier to understand instructions. This is the boiled wool that I bought from a Slovakian website. It's called Takoi. I think it's from Slovakia. And that was quite a nice experience, so I think I might order more fabric from them because honestly, of course, I don't want to support Amazon, and also on Amazon the quality is not the best. And this was quite a nice one, and I still have quite a lot of it left. I tried to make this type of kind of like a jacket. In the end, it's a little bit more of a coat because in Sicily it's not that not super cold in winter, so I can kind of get away with it. It's not lined, and I had some issues with it, but in the end, it's kind of like I still wear it and I don't mind any of it, any of the issues. I'm not even going to describe them to you. The only thing is that I didn't want to do to make the buttonholes, so I just add this clips, the magnetic buttons, and I don't think that it works very well because some of them already stopped working and I'm kind of not happy about that. But anyways, yeah, this is kind of also nice color for me. I think it's kind of this Bordeaux, cooler Bordeaux, a little bit purplish wool. Now we're going to pass to knitted things. I will move the camera a little bit. I think some of them you already saw if you watch my knitting podcasts. Now we're going to pass to all the knitted stuff, and I will start with accessories. The first one is this hat. I think it's Traveler's hat. It's a very new pattern from Andrea Mowry. I unfortunately didn't love this pattern. I will speak about this in the next knitting podcast, but I knitted it in the wool from a shop that is called Aufburg in Bolzano in Italy, in the north of Italy. And then I have this kind of like, it's dark blue wool blend that I found in Ukraine when I was there in summer. It's from my old stash. I don't even know what is it. And this is Sophie, kind of Sophie scarf, but I remade it quite a lot. I just made it much longer. I added the tassels, and I was just knitting the increases until I got bored, and then I just started with decreases. I wore it quite a lot this winter, actually. I was not expecting this because it's not this small size. It's quite a nice one that It's quite enough to cover your neck. It's called a simple hood. I don't remember the designer. I will leave the information down below. And the fabric is, and the yarn is Malabrigo Rios, and the color is Lotus. Then I have this Oslo hat. Again, I showed it in the last knitting podcast. It's knitted in, it's also from Petit Knit. It's one of this kind of, I wanted to have one trusty pattern for hats, and this is it, I think. Again, as the experience with the traveler hat shows, I don't think I want to experiment with this because I'm not a huge fan of like different types of hats. This is the shape that I like. It's kind of has some space in the crown. It's kind of like triple brim, or how do you call it? Like, no, it rolled 3 times, so it's 3 layers of fabric. And it has this type of decreases, so it's everything that I want, and I don't want anything else. Here, the yarn is 2 strands of cashmere from my Uniqlo sweater that I had to unravel because it ripped, and 3 strands of cashmere and 2 strands of kid silk mohair from drops because I had some rests, and it makes this melange, kind of like marled effect fabric. And the last out of accessories that I have here with me now, it's the fleur shawl. It's the design by Espace Tricot. Yeah, still by Espace Tricot. It's Melissa Cloulot's pattern. I made it from you see, this way bubbles look very nice. I made it kind of as my New Year's pattern. Not New Year's. It was kind of winter solstice cast on, and yeah, with the yarn that I found, it's called Lana Lane. It's 55% wool, 45% acrylic, or 50-50 or something like that. And the mohair is Cecia Vivienne color 1234. That was easy to remember. And on the bottom it has a few rows of Mondial. Also something, the mix is quite similar, the blend. It's also like 50-50, and it's just few last rows. This was actually proven to be quite useful in the office because I was kind of cold all of this winter, and so I was bringing it, putting it in the back of my chair and putting it on myself when I needed to work on some reports, and very good. I'm knitting more shawls, so you know. It's Stay Up Till Dawn sweater by Kutova Kika or Veronica Lindberg. It's from her book Knit This. It's also available as a single pattern on her Ravelry and on her website, I think. I kind of like, I cannot say that I'm super crazy about this sweater, but I also love it. It's difficult to explain. First of all, it's kind of a bulky knit, because it's made from Drops Wish. It's exactly the yarn that she suggests in the pattern. It's this green color that was discontinued. And because of that, I'm not a super big fan, because it kind of, with the bulkier fabric, you can have bigger holes, and it's kind of like, it's all a little bit more difficult, to wear, to store, to kind of, it's not my favorite. I don't like bulky weight, and I don't plan to wear, to knit anything else in bulky weight. At the same time, I love this color. It's this beautiful, cool green, like forest green, that I really love. First of all. Second of all, it's kind of like my sweatshirt. I wear it to the office. I add some, like, I wear jeans, I wear this sweater, I wear some gold jewelry, and I look like I put a lot of effort into that, and I didn't at all, because this is the equivalent of wearing a sweatshirt. So yeah, I love it, I will wear it. The other thing that I'm not a fan of in this pattern is that it doesn't have any short rows. And overall, Knit This book, it doesn't have even one short row, as far as I can see, because I have the whole book. So if for you it's an important feature, be aware. For me, it's a little bit, it is, because I can never understand how to wear it, because it's all the same on both sides. Then I have this, I think this one was actually still a whip in the last knitting podcast. It's this vest. It's called Snuggle Paddle Vest by Jeanette Knits. It's textured, it's V-neck, it's quite lovely. I wore it once. I will try to insert the photo, and I loved it. I made a few mistakes. I was speaking about this in the previous video, but I love it, and I hope to wear it in autumn. Then this was in my first ever knitting podcast in the beginning of the year. This is No Frills sweater, Petit Knit. Very simple one. I really liked that it was kind of for lighter weight yarn, because I didn't want another bulky sweater, and I love it. I wear it quite a lot. One thing that I don't like about this is that because of the way the neckline was cast on, it kind of stretched out. But overall, I love it. And this one is an unraveled sweater that I bought. It was like in very bad condition. I bought it from Vinted, and this is 70% wool, 30% cashmere. This one is Drops Flora and Drops Kid Silk mohair. It's quite fluffy. It's a little bit too fluffy for my taste, and I think that I overall prefer the Sessia mohair that is called Vivienne. I really love that one. This one was a finished object in my last knitting podcast. It's blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, knitted in Drops Flora. I don't remember the color, the fuchsia color. I love it. I already wore it once this year, even though I was not expecting that, because there was one day when it started to rain around the time of lunch. I went back home for lunch from the office, and it became cold, so I wore this sweater on top of the top that I was wearing, and I felt nice and cozy and warm, and I loved it. Then it's my Salty Days sweater. Didn't wear it this year, obviously, because it's very heavy. It's Drops Nepal and Sessia Vivienne mohair. I will wear it next winter. I really love it. I wanted to have some kind of like intricate white sweater for some time, and I'm happy that I was able to make it for myself. And the last one at this time is my Turtle Dove cardigan. Here we go. Also designed by Melissa Clulow, knitted in Drops Air. I think it's color 03, pearl gray, something like that. And I love the color. I'm not a fan of this yarn, honestly, but I'm using it for another sweater now, and because I need to finish everything that I have. And I would say that the color is perfect. I love how the color looks on me. It's kind of like my perfect gray. It's kind of a little bit heathered and a little bit variated, interesting. And I wore this cardigan so much in this transitional period between kind of cold and warm. I was never expecting to wear it this much, but it's so light and so easy to pair with many things. So in the beginning of Me Made May, I think I was wearing it like almost every day, because I wanted to wear a Me Made cardigan, and it's the only one that is finished at this point. Okay, I believe this is it. This was a huge video to make. I'm so happy that I finally made it, because I had this idea for a very long time. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope that if you like this video, maybe you will consider subscribing to my channel. I normally never say any of this because I don't like the standard greetings or standard goodbyes. And I know that there's like all of this theory about YouTube and everything and call for action. I don't do it in order to promote my channel. I like to tell stories, and I like to share my hobbies. So if it's something that can be interesting for you, consider maybe staying here. Then it will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.